You're a history guy. Got a question for you. I'm Armenian. I'm curious on how you're going to answer this. Let's see if this is going to piss you off or not.
I'll be the judge of that.
I'll react to it. So it is what it is. So, the world has recognized the Holocaust, that it happened, okay? 100 plus countries, including Germany. You got reparations. You got all this other stuff.
It'd be rather alarming if Germany hadn't recognized it.
I know, exactly.
Yeah.
But they even paid for it. So it's not like, they went one up. They're like, not only yes, but we'll also pay our debt because of XYZ, right? But if there's anybody that knows about genocides, if anybody knows about genocides, it would have to be the Jewish community, right, with the Holocaust.
And the Armenians and others.
The Armenians prior to the Jewish community, 2.25 million, whatever, have 1.5 million Armenians. You got, I think it's 400,000 Greeks and 250,000 Assyrians.
And isn't it amazing that that's still a political issue?
It is, but believe it or not, Joe Biden is the first one that recognized it. Okay,
I know.
And of the 34 countries around the world that have recognized the Armenian genocide, including Argentina, Brazil, Canada, France, Germany, Greece, Italy, Mexico, Netherlands, Poland, Portugal, Russia, Sweden, U.S., Israel has not. Why not?
No idea. You'd have to ask them.
Don't you think that's a little weird?
I don't know. It's one of those facts you can pull out that I just don't know. You'd have to ask them.
Yeah, I'm curious because to me it would be like, that part is it's not like if there's anybody that would be the first to, hey, we're the first. Listen, that's kind of weird. What just happened?
I don't know.
I
I think there's a load of weird stuff in the world. You can always pull something like that out.
That's
what are you driving at?
I'm Armenian. I'm driving it because I'm Armenian.
Right.
So to me, like we don't sit there and we say, the events didn't happen to the Jewish community. But if they're, that happened, you're not supposed. By the way, I don't know if you saw what Erdogan said recently. Did you see what Erdogan said last week?
I follow him relatively closely because he's quite a close enemy.
So Erdogan, if you type in news, type in Erdogan and Israel. I think that's the one right there. The first story, Rob. Go zoom in a little bit so we can read it. I can see all the stories. Erdogan seeks Islamic. That's the one. Erdogan seeks Islamic
alliance against Israel. Says its expansionism
will stop in Gaza. Right. So part of it, you'll hear some people make the argument the reason why Israel doesn't want to recognize the Armenian genocide is because they may lose an ally like Turkey. But Turkey is not necessarily the biggest ally to Israel, especially the position that they're taking. I don't think Erdogan wakes up in the morning saying, I wonder how safe Israel is.
No, I mean, Erdogan's a deep opponent of Israel, of course.
For sure it is.
But what's your point? Sorry.
I just think if the Israeli community is seeing what's happening, they know what history is, and they're seeing what Turkey and Azerbaijan was doing to Armenia.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Why wouldn't they come out and say, hey, we don't support this and we also recognize the Armenian genocide? It's a little weird.
Well, it could be a realpolitik thing of the very, very tense Israeli-Turkish relationship, which, as you know, I mean, sometimes it's relatively tepid and at other times it's absolutely rank, like with the Mavi Marmara. But this is different, though. I mean, Erdogan is saying
Turkish lady claims Jewish state will need to expand Lebanon, Syria, and our homeland.
I mean, this is Erdogan doing Erdogan. I mean, as I say, I'm not.
Hamas is not only defending Gaza, but also Islamic lands.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I see Hamas deeply caring about other Arabs. I see that absolutely. I mean, Hamas's desire to simply help the people of Lebanon, like their friends in Hezbollah, they definitely care about the Lebanese people, and definitely big humanitarians. These Hamas guys.
Apparently, based on this article, they're sweethearts.
Yeah, well, I mean, Erdogan is an extraordinary little tyrant. When he was almost overthrown the other year in that whatever it was that happened, when was it? 2016, 17, 18? When there was that sort of what seemed to be an attempt to overthrow Erdogan in Turkey. Do you remember that immediately, strangely enough, the next morning he had a list of 2,000 judges who were responsible for the attempted overthrow. Amazing how much data you can collect overnight if you're Erdogan. And of course, all the judges got their comeuppance. Erdogan is not somebody I would go to for morals or advice or anything else. He's a piece of work.
He has got the strongest military in the Middle East, though. He's an
Islamist, very obviously,
right.
And he's also in NATO, which is potentially was a big mistake by NATO.
He is, but he's also talking about wanting to join the BRICS. I don't know if you saw that last week. He wants to join the BRICS, and that's kind of tricky right there if you want to do that, right?
Sure.
Because if you're NATO, you almost have to be anti-Russia, right? Or not necessarily anti-Russia.
You have to be anti-expansionism.
Anti-expansionism of Russia, right?
It's just so funny. There is this rule that I have about when people disproportionately criticize Israel, that they always reveal something about themselves.
Yeah.
And in Erdogan's case, he's accusing Israel of expansionism. You should see what Erdogan has done with the Kurds.
Listen, we get a lot of messages that, hey, how do you guys get your stories? Everything you've been doing. Eventually, I decided to invest a lot of money into it, hired 15 machine learning guys to make a new site available to you guys. We wanted to build it for us, but we're making it public to everybody. It's a freemium. Then there's 2 different paid aspects to it called vtnews.ai. I'm going to play a commercial for you. This is the first time you're seeing a commercial to understand what this is all about. This is an aggregated site where you need to only visit one news site that feeds everything in from others. No bias. We're not writing the articles. Other people are writing it, and you get to read the article and say, this is a left source, this is a right source, this is center. Rob, play this clip. Go for it.
There are currently 8.2 billion people on Earth. 6.9 billion use their smartphones to read an astonishing 2 million news articles every day. Before you read another news article, it's important to understand how news outlets make money. Change, conflict, controversy. In other words, the angrier you get, the more money they make. So how do you get your peace of mind back when every outlet has their own motive?
The media leaving out the full context of what Trump was saying, instead pumping out these types of headlines.
Left-leaning, right-leaning. Who can you trust? Introducing vtnews.ai, an innovative news source that uses AI and machine learning to deliver a more human understanding of what's going on. There's more than one side to every story. Who's covering it? What are their agendas? Why is one side reporting a story when the other side is ignoring it? VT News shows them all. Access to 130,000 news sources. Most advanced AI in news. Ability to chat with VT AI. Bias meter showing the number of left, right and center sources. Lopsided stories are clearly identified. News timelines covering the lifespan of the story and predictions. Bring the pursuit of truth to your fingertips. Visit vtnews.ai, your only destination for news.
Sick.
We are so excited about this. We are so excited about this that finally this product is here that we can release to you. We shared this at the Vol conference. The reception was absolutely insane. For those of you guys that run podcasts or you're busy like me, you're somebody that's an executive businessman, you're running around, you got a lot of things going on. You don't have time for a lot of things. You just kind of want to see the motives and the bias on the stories. Go become a member. There's 3 tiers. The freemium, you got the 2nd tier and a 3rd tier that gives you unlimited amount of questions and customization for your own news, including local. Mess around with it. Go to vtnews.ai. We got a lot of big plans with this year because it's another one of those businesses that feeds into what we're doing. Again, go to vtnews.ai, become a member, take advantage of the freemium or anything else that it offers for you. And we're excited about other things that's coming in the future with this.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.